All right, so let's talk about installing a new spelling strategy, okay? Let's do that. You ready? All right. So, the new spelling strategy obviously is not going to make you an instant better speller, okay? But it's going to give you a new strategy. It's going to help you to rapidly improve. Make sense? Okay, good. So we need to check for normal or reverse organized. Are you normal or reverse organized?
Normal.
Normal, okay, good. Now, if it's a client, obviously you're going to simply do the I pattern questions at this point. And that's going to tell you if they're normal or reverse organized. I'm going to skip that step because, well, we've all done NLP here, so you already know if you found out you were normal or reverse, so you're normal. Oh, good. I did that with you anyway. Okay, good. Excellent. So easy enough. Once you do that, we want to get a positive K. Most often, people who are spelling poorly start off with a negative K because they're so used to feeling dumb or feeling uncertain, all that kind of stuff, you know, from school, and maybe they had a humiliating moment when the teacher said, well, you can't, that's wrong, Johnny, sit back down. Now you go write your name on the chalkboard because you got the wrong answer and you're getting beaten with a leather belt or whatever, you know, like, I mean, people have some really nasty, bad Ks from school time. Very often you'll find that, especially people who are in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. Right? Kids these days, not nearly as bad, but you still run into that. But the point is, people can have some strong negative Ks. So we want to start the session with a positive K, right? Talk about changing learning upside down. I want you to feel good when you learn. Weird as that, right? So can you think of someone that you know that you really, really love or you really, really like? Someone you just have just pure, just feel great being around that person. Can you think of someone like that? Like a best friend or a niece or nephew or or someone funny at work or someone you just like being around that person. So you have a good time. You're always laughing, having fun.
Yeah.
You think someone like that?
Okay.
Good. You got them?
Yeah.
Good. It feels good. What do you do like when you hang out? It's kind of fun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you thinking of now? Where are you guys going?
No, it's just my coworkers
Yeah.
at work. You know, we're just goofing around all the time.
I like that. Good. And have you ever had an animal?
Yeah.
That you really, really connected with ever?
Yes.
Yeah. What animal is that?
I have a dog.
You have a dog? And you have a dog right now?
Mm-hmm.
What's your dog's name?
Nelly.
Nelly?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What's Nelly like?
It's a mix of pit bull and boxer, so
Aw.
some people might be intimidated, but she's the sweetest bundle of love ever. Yeah,
What's she like?
She's very calm, but you know, she has too much energy. She's like,
Yeah.
starts running around.
You remember a time you were playing with her, like you got home from work and you guys were
The tail just goes crazy.
Good.
She's great for cuddling.
Aw.
Yeah.
Good, good.
Yeah.
So that's what I want to get. I want to get the positive K. And that's the easiest way to do it, is to associate with a happy person or a pet. It's great. Simplest method is rehearsing. So what we're going to do is rehearse the new strategy, reframe if necessary. Okay. So what I'll do is this. Now I made up cards. Okay. Make up little index cards. Ideally I use like white cards probably, but I had these neon ones from somebody. Gwen, did you give me these? Somebody gave me these. Happy neon. And then use 2 different colored markers. Okay, can you guys see that? 2 different colored markers. And you want to make 1 color for each syllable. So for the word success, I put S-U-C in one color and C-E-S-S in the other color. Okay, pretty simple. I made a couple other ones. Right? Was that emotion? Organized. This one is with 3 colors. I'll get back to that one afterwards. Okay, but I like to do the red and blue. Doesn't matter which color's first. There's no meaning behind that. It's just give 1 color for 1 syllable, 1 color for the other syllable. And the whole idea of the strategy that we're using is we want to use a lot of visual remembered in our strategy. A lot of poor spelling strategies don't work very well. So let's we can go back on the page for a second. I first want to I'm going to go back on the page here, just 1 page back on your manual, and I want to discover a little bit about the strategy. Okay, so if I give you the word machinery, what do you do on the inside to spell that? First thing you did.
Machinery.
What do you do on the inside to try to spell that?
I don't know. I just see it. I'm trying to see it.
You're trying to see it.
Yeah.
Okay, so first you try to see it, then what?
And then
What's the very next thing?
Just write it.
And then try to write it? So if I just gave you that word right now, I said, I want you to spell the word machinery, what do you do inside to start spelling it?
I'm just trying to see it now.
Okay.
Yeah. And
then what happens?
then I start writing it down.
But I'm giving it to you to spell right now.
Okay. M-A.
And what happened just now?
C-A.
Just now, what happened?
I
You're trying to see it, and then when it's not there clearly, then what happens?
Then I freak out a little bit.
Freak out a little bit. Good, that's what I was looking for. I was looking for that kinesthetic, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of, now that's enough. All I know is she has a bad spelling strategy. She has some visual create in there. She's trying to make the picture. She has some negative K. And then that's probably enough for me to say, let's give her a new spelling strategy, right? So only discover what you need to. I don't want you to go through her whole strategy and make her feel like crap. I want her to feel good, like with Nellie, right? That's right. Isn't it good to have a resource anchor? Yeah. So inappropriate strategies, sometimes they begin with a negative K. That's very often. So I say, so if I gave you the word machinery to spell, what do you do? And they go, okay, like, oh crap, I got to spell something. And they start with that negative K. Make sense? That's obviously a bad strategy. Sometimes they'll try to be phonetic. They'll spell it out. But remember, if you tried to spell phonetic phonetically, you'd be spelling it wrong. Just throwing it out there. Phonetics should start with an F. But so all speaking a language and spelling a language comes down to familiarity, right? Being familiar with the words, being familiar with how to spell them. And here's the thing. With a good spelling strategy, you have to have seen the word before spelled it properly, right? So it really does come down to a lot of reading is one of the best things to improve spelling. It really is. So don't worry about trying to spell right. Just worry about reading as much as you can, you know? And every time, the more times you see a word written a certain way, the easier it is to spell it, okay? So here's what we're going to do. I'll flip the page back now, and we're going to install the new one. This is where we use flashcards, and I'll show you how it's done. It's a lot of fun. I know she's normally organized in her eye patterns, which means if I went over here, as you're looking at her, if I went over to the right and up, what's that? Visual remembered, right? So as I'm looking at her, it's off to the right and remembered. And down here, the opposite direction is what? Kinesthetic. Those are the two I want for my spelling strategy. Visual remembered, kinesthetic. If they were reverse organized and I didn't know it, then I'd be holding the cards in visual construct, and I'd be having her access feelings in AD, and that wouldn't be as useful. Okay? So I want visual remembered, kinesthetic. And all we're really going to do is I'll say, okay, so when I'm going to give you this word, and when I do, I'm going to give you the word success. Now, when I do, here's what I want you to do. Do you see what she did? Right away, she was like starting to go to the old strategy. This is going to be a brand new strategy. It's going to feel a little bit weird because you've never done it before, right? You okay with that? Okay. So just follow along step by step and make sure that you can do each step and don't move on until we've done each step. Okay? So when I give you the word, I want you to look up here. Okay? And you can kind of keep your head in the same place, so that way I don't have to like stretch my shoulder too far. But keep your head wherever you want, but then I just want you to look up in the corner. There you go. Wherever it's most comfortable for you. You don't have to like strain your eyes. Just look up into that way. Good. And just look up there and let the word appear. Okay. Let the word appear in your mind's eye. Just let the word appear. So if I gave you the word success, okay? Does that make sense? Yeah. Good. Now, once the word appears, then you can look down here and get a feeling of familiarity or not. So you want to get a feeling that you're familiar with the word. Okay? If, however, now do I have permission to hit you if I need to, right? And slap you a little bit? I'm just going to knock. That's okay. I need to knock you out of state sometimes. I do this with like, kids, with anyone, I don't care. But I'm like, hey, stop it. I want to like kind of knock them out of state, So if you look down here and you don't get a feeling, or if you look up here and the word doesn't appear, you don't go down there. Okay? If you look up here and the word doesn't appear, you tell me and I'll hold a card up and let you get a picture of that word. What a good spelling strategy is all about is being able to literally recall a picture of the word like you've seen it before. In order to make that work, you obviously have to have seen the word before, right? Okay, so if I give you the word success, look up here and let that word appear, the word success. Is it appearing? Good. And then get down there and go, yes, I'm familiar with that word. Familiar?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Now look back up here again. And now go ahead and spell success forwards. Only as you read it from up here, as you can see it.
SUCCESS.
Good. Good. Yay, that was a good thing. And you can have them look down there and get a good feeling they did the right thing. Excellent. Now look back up here. Let the word success appear again. Let it appear. And I want you to read it backwards. Now, just read it as you see it backwards.
Okay.
If it ever disappears, stop. And we'll
SECCUS.
Yes, that's exactly right. Look down there. Yeah. Were you reading it?
I was reading it there.
Good. That's the whole purpose, right? Remember, so you need to pay close attention, because sometimes what will happen is no matter how many times I say this out loud, I'll say it 30 times, but the client will still feel like they're trying to succeed at it, so they're trying to pass my test, and then they'll be like, S, and like they're trying to read it, but in actuality, maybe the word disappeared in their mind's eye, and they're just trying to pass my test. I don't want you to pass any tests, right? Here, honestly, the reason why I'm here right now is because I want to go through this practice with you, right? Practice is what makes it good. So it's not about, I don't give a care if you spell success or not, or the next word or not. I don't care, right? Who cares? What I want you to do is go through the proper steps and go through and practice the new strategy of how to spell a word. Because if you can get it nailed down with one word after trying it 10 times, you can use it with other words very easily. Okay, that's going to give you far more benefit than just trying to spell one word right by guessing. Okay, so you're okay with that?
Yeah.
All right. So if I give you the word emotion, look up here and let the word appear. Let the word appear. Do you see the word?
Yeah.
Yeah? And you feel
Yes.
familiar with that word?
Yeah.
Yes, look down there. Feel familiar? Good. All right. But she's feeling a little uncertain, so we want to... That's right. Okay, so let that word appear. Remember, it's not a test. What I want you to do is if the word appears, I want you just to tell me what the letters are.
EMOTION.
Good. That's right. Very good. Yay. Wow. I thought you were a bad speller. What the hell? You lie to me.
These are easy words.
You're lying to me. Bastard. Why would she do that to me? Trying to make me look bad. Okay, good. So if I give you the word organized, look up here and let that word show up. I want you to see the word organized. That's a good one. It's a little bit longer, so you really do need to be able to see the word to spell it.
I need to see it. I'm not sure how it's written.
Okay, good. Excellent, right? So this is good. So what you want to do is you want to find wherever they're comfortable with. Some people, if they've been a poor speller their entire lives, I say success, and they're like, is it C's and S's and how many? I don't, they're like, I'm not, they just don't have the familiarity with it. So you start with something like that. Usually 2 syllables is good. Obviously, if it's a younger kid, you can start with 1 syllable, 3 letters, 4 letters, 5 letters, depends on where they are, right? But find where they are and make sure that you know right about where they are and then go right past there to help them take the next step. Okay?
I think I know the word.
Okay, good. So if I just held this for you and you saw organized,
Okay.
I want you to pay attention to the colors and the letters. See organized?
Yeah.
Good. All right. So bring it back up here. And now I want you to read just the first part, the red part.
ORG.
Good. And you still see it, right?
Yeah.
Good. Yes. As long as you still see it, remember, if you ever have it disappear, just tell me for a second it disappeared. I want you to practice perfection. Right? Okay, good. All right. So one more time. Got it? Okay. So read the red part.
ORG.
Good. Read the blue part.
IN.
Nah.
Shit.
I ain't shit. Look at it again. I want you to pay attention here. It's red, blue, and then green.
Oh, blue.
Yeah. So the last part is green. And again, the idea for this, I just want you to look at the word and just get a picture of the word in your mind. Okay?
Okay.
You see the word? I want you to get a photograph of the word. Just like you're looking at somebody's face, I want you to look at the word.
Okay.
Got it? Okay, good. So if I said organized, and you look up here, do you get a feeling of familiarity with that word now that you've seen
Yeah.
it? Okay, good. Look down there. Yes. Good. Okay, look up here. and bring it up. Now read the green part. That was the last part.
I-N-Z-E-D.
Almost. Look closer. Nah. Don't look down there. Don't look down there. I must stop her from looking down at all costs. I don't want her to access the feelings of not knowing, because that's what she's been doing for the last however long, right? So I will stop you at all costs. Do not look down there. Come back. All right. So look closely. Get the picture. Visual remembered. Did you see the letters?
Yeah.
Good. Good. So take it in as a snapshot, as the whole word. Okay? You can see this whole, not just the word, but the whole card, the whole word, everything. Got it?
Okay.
Okay. Does that feel good? No? Yes, no?
Yeah.
Good. Organized.
Yeah.
Okay, so look up here. Read the red part forwards.
I-N?
No, just the red part. The very first part.
O-R-G.
O-R-G. Good. Excellent. That was right. That's perfect. Easy. Okay. The green part, those last 4 letters. Now watch for it. Let it appear and look for the last 4 letters, the green part, and say those.
I-Z-E-D.
Good. Now read the green part backwards. Let it appear.
Okay.
The last 4 letters that are green.
D. No.
Only let it appear. That was right.
D. I lost it.
Okay, good. Thank you. Give her a hand for being honest. Yay! That's what we're looking for, right? Looking for that. Just good stuff. And all you do is you just keep practicing this over and over again. The strategy, spelling installation, and intervention is not about her getting them right. It's fun because then you get to celebrate it, but what it's about is practicing the new strategy. And that's what it is. You're not allowed to... I know, it's weird, right? Like anything you do, when you practice it finally the perfect or the right way, sometimes it feels like you get worse before you get better.
It's like you're stepping back to step back. You know,
Right. But now you're going to be doing it properly.
Okay.
Right, exactly. So you must stop them at all costs for accessing negative Ks. Stop them at all costs from trying to make up a picture of the word. That's not what we're doing. That's how she got by before. If she starts to phonetically spell it out, no, we're not going to, I don't want her to repeat what she said to herself. I want her to repeat what she's seen in her mind. And if she's not doing that because her muscles aren't trained to do that for a while, I'm just going to keep doing this with her over and over again until she does it. When we get this word, we go to another word. So you could spend, depending on how they are, again, it doesn't make an instant good speller. It might take a little bit of time, but you could do a session for an hour, hour and a half every week, you know? I mean, you could do that for tutoring for a kid. Just keep practicing the spelling strategy, teach them Hakalau, and I mean, the kid's going to be a tremendous improvement, you know, learning strategies and whatever. You can just keep doing that and see them every week. Be a lot better than some random tutor that says, memorize this, memorize that, because now you get learning for life. Let the word appear. And feel good, because this is the new strategy, and you're already getting it, aren't you? Nellie would be proud. Okay, you see organized?
Okay.
Yes?
Yeah.
Good. All right. So now let that word appear, right up there, and spell the green part forwards, the last part, the green part.
I-Z-E-D.
Good. Spell the green part backwards. Let it appear.
D-E-Z-I.
Good. Very good. Excellent. Look up here. Now spell the red part, the first part, forwards.
O-R-G.
Good. You spell the blue part forwards, the next part.
A-N.
Good. And spell the green part forwards.
I-Z-E-D.
Good. That's right. Now we're cooking. All right. Let it appear once more. How comfortable was that now? How familiar is that?
I was just, yeah.
All right. Once you've seen it, it's totally familiar. So let that appear again. Spell the green part backwards, the last part.
D-E-Z-I.
Good. Spell the blue part backwards, that little middle part.
A-N.
Spell it backwards now. Do you see it? Let it appear. You see the green chunk,
Yes.
and then the little blue chunk, and then the red
An
chunk.
A.
Yes. And then spell the red chunk backwards.
G-R-O.
Yes. Very good. See, now what am I excited about? It's not the progress of the word, it's a progress of the strategy. You were finally trusting and allowing it to appear and then reading it off to me. And that's what I want you to keep practicing, right? So, one more time, see that up there? Easy, right? Good. Let that appear. Now I want you to spell the whole word, red, then blue, then green. Spell the whole word forwards.
O-R-G-A-N-I-Z-E-D.
Good. Now spell the whole word backwards. Green.
Okay. D-E-Z-I-N-A-G-R-O.
Yes! How was that?
Wow.
You think you're going to be able to do that?
Yeah,
All right.
thank you.
Cool stuff.
Oh my God.
Congratulations. Arg. Awesome. Give Ailette another big hand.